What is up, guys? Welcome back to Midwest Rebuilds. Today we're going to be working on the 2018 Subaru WRX, and today we're finally going to start painting everything on the car. So first off, I'm going to start with sanding down this apron and getting it all sanded so that we can paint it. And we're also going to take the door off again, and we are going to take it apart from the inside and paint it all. So we're going to do that, and after that, hopefully we can get the primer onto the door that I sanded down with a body filler, and also paint all of the body parts, including the hood, the two fenders, side skirt, and the front bumper. So let's get right into it.
Chairs you can carry at once. Better hide all the Slavic girls.
Alright guys, so we just got everything out of the door, except for the handles and these things. We're just going to keep these here. I do believe I tried figuring this thing out. I tried using a jump box to like, I don't know what you would call it, but I just put these two little things on each of these, and I tried to see if I could roll the window down, but I guess this one's broken. So either way, I took everything out, so I'm gonna switch out all the stuff from the old door and put it into this one. I think I just might have, it was sitting outside, so I think it might have just gotten, like, I don't know, just damage from the water or something. But anyways, got it all off, so next thing to do is start sanding it all down. And I might have to take these off as well, but I'm gonna sand it down and get it all painted. And after I get it painted and it dries, then I'll start putting everything back together. So let's start sanding. Alright guys, so I just got everything all sanded down on the door. It's looking really good. Next thing to do, I already started a little bit, but it's to start taping up all this black wrap around. So you can see a part of it right over here. Gotta start taping all of that on the front side as well, all of this. I'm gonna tape that so it doesn't get painted. And after we do that, next thing all that's left to do is wipe it down and start getting it painted. And I'm also gonna have to take off this door handle right here, just so that it doesn't get painted. It's just one bolt right here and it all should pop off. And while I was looking around, I noticed this massive dent right here. So I'm gonna probably actually sand that down as well. Maybe not right now, but I'll sand that down and then add some body filler, and then I will try to get that out as well. But for now, just finish up the taping and take the door handle off. Dried now. It actually turned out very good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So now what I want to do is I actually got the air intake mailed in, so I want to put that on the car just for safe measures so nothing can get into the turbo and ruin it. So I'm going to put that on, and I'm also going to start putting the door together. And after that, I also want to get all of the the places that I put body filler and sanded down. I want to get that all primered and have everything ready for paint. So after it gets primered, I'm gonna have to wait a day, let it dry, and then the next day, which is gonna be tomorrow, I want to sand down the primer, and hopefully we can get it into paint and we can have the whole entire car painted up. So first let's start putting that air intake in, and then let's get to the door. Alright guys, so we just got the new door right over here, as well as the old door right here. And I'm just going to start taking apart this stuff, switching it from here to here. And I also noticed that there's some like foam stuff in here. Don't know if I'm going to put that in my new door or not. I just think it's just for the sound system, just so it doesn't rattle or anything. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to put that on there or not. But anyways, got this one on the stand. So now it's just time to just switch everything out one by one. Just put everything on there from there. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so I just got the door onto the car. Everything's looking good. It still needs a little bit more adjusting, but other than that, everything works. Door opens up. Everything is inside the door. Doesn't the window obviously doesn't work right now because it's not plugged in. I'm still gonna have to plug in this thing right here. Gotta put that through that hole. But other than that, I'm gonna start doing some sanding. Still didn't finish up sanding this from the last video, and I'm gonna sand that. And I'm also going to start on this dent that I saw when I was taking apart the door. Alright, so I just got some of the parts sanded down with some 800 grit, and next thing to do is take apart this door and take apart the handle so that we can blend the paint onto this door, and we will start sanding this down with the 800 grit as well. So let's take apart this door and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so everything is officially dried now, and now it is going to be time to start sanding the primer. So I'm going to start on the bumper, and I'm going to just start sanding this all down. And I'm also going to have to, so there's this like clear paint protection film that was on top of here, and I peeled it off, but it left a bunch of residue. So I'm going to have to take all this residue off, and then I'm going to sand down the primer and sand down the rest of the bumper that needs to get painted, and we'll have it ready. So we just got everything all inside of the paint booth, got everything prepped for paint, and we got everything sanded down all the way and wetted the floor so that no dust could rise up and put some trash into the paint. So it's going to be a good paint job. So without further ado, let's just get into the painting process and get this thing all painted up. And also, we were not able to fit everything inside of the paint booth, so that is why it's all spread out and why the car is not in here to get the doors blended. So we're gonna do that on a later day and get it all the rest of it painted on that day. Alright guys, so it is the next day. We got all the drying parts into a different room, and we got the Subaru in the paint booth ready to get painted, just getting the tape all finished up, and then once we get it all done, it's going to be ready for paint. Alright guys, so it is the next day. All the paint is finally dried. All of the sanding is finally done. I'm so excited because that is the worst part. Honestly, for me, I hate doing that stuff. But it's all good now. We got it done. Well, except for all the sanding. We're still going to have to do some sanding because we're going to have to wet sand down this, get it all buffed up. And we're also going to do a couple, we're going to wet sand a couple spots on the actual paint where there's some trash inside of it. So, but anyways, we got it painted, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm also going to start putting back together part of the car. So I want to start with putting the rear bumper back on, as well as the door panels, and just complete the doors all together. So I want to start that and maybe even put the hood together, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll leave that for the next video. So let's get right into it and get it done. Alright guys, so I just got the rear bumper completely on. Everything is clipped on, everything is bolted on for it, as well as the headlights. So we got all of that done, and we started on the rear door, and we got a lot of it done as well, but I accidentally messed up, and for some reason the door does not open from the inside, or from the outside, and it doesn't open from the inside either. So we're gonna have to figure that out, but I'll just leave that for another day. We'll get that figured out though, no worries. And I also started working on this door a little bit, but I noticed that I used the wrong inner plastic piece for this door, and instead of using it for this door, I used it for that door. So now I can't put on the door handle for this door. So it's just a whole mess over here. So I think I'm just gonna leave that for another day, and I think that is gonna do it for this video. Alright guys, so that is gonna do it for this video. We finally got all of the boring sanding and painting done with the car. So next thing to do is just start assembling it, and that's what I think is the most fun. So we're gonna get that done in the next video, so stay tuned guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and also subscribe and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this series. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Midwest Rebuild. So we'll see you guys next week.